So 2 Groblersdal farmers accused of assault will learn whether they will be granted bail this morning. The Magistrate's Court is expected to deliver judgment in the application of Piet Groenewald and his son Stefan Grief. The 2 were arrested last month for allegedly assaulting Veneruru Kavari, a security guard, in their service before unleashing a dog on him. In previous court appearances, the state objected to their release, saying that there will be no peace in the area if they are granted bail. The 2 face a charge of attempted murder. Well, Newzroom Afrika's Nqobile Madlala joins us now live from Groblersdal. Nqobile, good morning. Thank you so much for making time for us. We've seen with the previous court appearances some protests taking place outside the Magistrate's Court. What's the scene looking like this morning?
Well, Aldrin, I can tell you that today is in fact, we haven't seen quite a lot of support. And I'm going to ask Maxwell, of course, to turn so just to show you. What we're seeing at this very moment is that there's, of course, a lot of security with the police being here. From the point that we were coming in, you could see that the security is quite tight, but we haven't seen any support from the civil organizations, which we have seen in the past, as well as from some of the political parties arriving at this point. And people who have already spoken to us have said that this is quite different to what they have seen, of course, from the beginning of the court case, because in the beginning there was quite a lot that happened. You will remember that there were those clashes on the first day between the police and some of the Groenewald supporters, which ended, of course, with one person being arrested because of assaulting a police officer. And we understand that's still ongoing at this very point. But we do know that at this very point, court was expected to start at 9 o'clock. However, that has not happened. This is mainly because there's load shedding. So court is now expected to start at about 11 o'clock, causing those delays and, of course, for that bail judgment. But far beyond that, the 2 people that we understand that are going to be on the stand, that will know their fate at this very point is that we know that there's been arguments in court, mainly about how safe they are within the community that they will be released to. Because we understand, of course, on that first day where we saw the clashes, there was quite a lot of anger from the community in the area, which was later also explained by Bheki Cele, the Minister of Police, saying that there's some tension within the community here. The IO has already taken the stand and explained that they do feel that the 2 may not be safe to be released to the community, and so they are concerned, and they would say that it's rather better that they stay, of course, within the police presence. And also at the same time, we understand that there's also an issue of a witness that recorded what took place, and that witness has said that they've received quite a lot of death threats, that they are scared for their life, and that, of course, also being an argument that they're worried if these 2 are released, then that they might also try to work around the weakness and maybe do reach out to the witness. So there's that issue. But we do know that at this very point, they're also arguing that it's good that they go home, but we understand that the 63-year-old also has a previous conviction of attempted murder, which we understand happened in 1990, and there's also a part where the court or the state is arguing that he could be flight risk, mainly because he had left the country for so long. But of course, we will know the fate of what really happens to them once they do take the stand at about 11 o'clock, which is what is expected, mainly because of that load shedding.
Yeah, and just finally, Nqobile, also during the first court appearance, we heard about there was a substance that was injected into the victim by one of the accused. Has it been established as yet what substance that exactly was?
Well, Adrian, of course, we will understand once NPA does come through. We will ask that question. Very important, mainly because there was a lot of health issues around there, wondering what could potentially mean for this person that is currently alive, that almost lost their life because of what happened, of course. So that will also be a question around that in terms of what exactly is that substance. But of course, we know that the municipality here has continued to support and to sort of keep their eyes open. And I think that's what they would also want to know in terms of what will happen going forward, because this also could spell out trouble for the municipality if there are two parties within these villages or within this area that are currently fighting. So we are expecting some of those officials to come in. You will remember that on the second appearance we saw the two ministers coming in to pledge their support to show that there must be law and order, and that's what the municipality continues to ask for. But of course we will find out more about that substance as well.
Thank you so much, Nqobile Madlala, there joining us on that story at the Groblersdal. And as you can see, it's very different to the other court appearances where you had the racial tensions that also played out outside the courtroom.